Mm-hmm. Okay. Load her up. Continuing to add ambient blue light coming from behind camera, and also to a lesser extent to the right of camera. I mean, is there any reason it couldn't come from the left side of camera too? Like real ambient light. Alright, let's not overdo it. Okay. I kind of like the way that the sort of approach of adding that light to the rocks so far has looked. Let's maybe continue with that for a second, and then we'll do the mountain. And the way that's been working is I've just been sort of tracing along these sort of arbitrary bits of chunk. And then adding a respectable amount of blue light into it, but with like gradient. Get that variety, but it doesn't have to be so jarring. Like so. For some reason that one gotta make sure just to hit one side of it so there's an actual gradient. Maybe that was it. Yes, there's all these nooks and crannies. But primarily, these shapes need to read as balls, not sacks of walnuts, as my old teacher would say. Let's not forget to save our work. The new version that helps us keep track of our progress. Okay, so at least some or all of these have that blue light now. Maybe can we get away with that color's so different. Try not to worry about it. Hello, stranger. How are you? Hey, Luke. How are you? I'm doing good. Are you a Zelda fan? You are, huh? Well, you'll have to prove to me you're not a bot by telling me what your favorite Zelda game is. You have a plush of him? Alright. You're a Zelda fan, alright. Have you seen my stream before? I've been doing a lot of Zelda art. You're just catching up with Twitch. Yeah, me too. Here, let me show you some stuff. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, well, Luke, the internet is healing. Yeah. All right. For a new person, Anthony Dean Kemp 96. That is funny. I'm giving you Superman vibes. Well, you're allowed to say. Tell me more. I've had that said before. Okay, so these are some older Zelda compositions. I'll just show you some stuff real quick. So this is like a Moblin. It's like a lesser popular Zelda character, but I'm stubborn and I finished it anyway. And so here, I have to make my face go away. Here, hang on. Okay, so here you can see some other Zelda stuff I was doing. This should be in comics. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, this is it's been a fun little passion project for about a year now. I've been streaming on Twitch for about a year. I've been going through these kind of fast, so I'll slow down. Let you soak that one in. And so my process is basically starting with a dark image and then just adding a bunch of light to it. You print them out and have them on your wall. I want to. Yeah, they'll look really good. They make really good wallpapers too for like a desktop. And then this is one, Link in a Fairy. They announced a Zelda movie about a year ago, and that because I work as a professional storyboard artist in entertainment, and I was like, fuck, I could work on that. Let me work on some portfolio pieces, and then that sort of snowballed and got out of hand. Young Link in the graveyard. Alright, you're a Zelda fan if you're going to dress up as him as Halloween. That's something I did when I was 6 years old, I think. The final here. The Wallmaster and those horrible statues that shoot fireballs at you. So I'm an old Zelda fan. I was basically born playing this game. Not really, but... Alright, you have an adult costume. Well, you have my envy. Here's the final of this one. The main handler was a boss from the first game. Okay, and then there's this one. This is the one I'm working on right now. The Tektites. And it's like on Death Mountain, so... Made some progress. Oh, and then the one after this is going to be Link versus a bunch of like moblins. Are you in the US? Yes, I'm in Los Angeles. I'm a for real Hollywood dude. All right, here's my lovely Superman face again. You live in the UK. All right, cool. So then, you know then that I'm up at 5 a.m. working on this. Yeah. I know. I have clients in the UK from time to time. Depending on the time of on the calendar day, it can be 8 hours ahead in the UK, right? Or is it 10 hours ahead? All right, let's keep going here. So, are you an artist? I stream early in the morning because it's about the only time I can dependably have time to myself to do what I want to do. Yeah, I draw and make horror boxes with air dry clay. Horror boxes, and that's cool. I don't know what horror boxes are, but that's kind of cool sounding. Cousin is a book author too. That's cool. Well, I started this project because there was a slowdown in Hollywood and broadly in entertainment and tech all at once last year, and it was a little bit brutal for my sanity. So this helped keep me occupied, and then I kind of found out that I enjoyed streaming, and it helped me to be okay with not going to studios anymore. Oh, you followed me on Insta, but one of the Insta account doesn't work. Which one doesn't work? Yeah, I've got these things here. Hold on. What is this? There we go. So this would be the Automatic storyboards. That's interesting. Well, thank you for letting me know. I'll look into that. I actually, the issues with AI have. Oh, okay. Yeah, you actually have to spell storyboards with a U because you're in the UK. So make sure you. Lol. No, I refrain from posting storyboarding samples for the most part now because of the scraping with the AI shit. So it's been a bit of a conundrum. Like, how can an artist promote themselves in this day and age without exposing themselves to risk? And there's no clear answer, actually, so my solution is to let it scrape my fan art of Nintendo characters that they can get sued over. And they can kiss my ass. You should follow me on Twitch and YouTube. And then secondarily on the Instagram. But like, if you're an artist, like for instance, it's not just I will do okay. You said you draw every day. No, wait, I draw and make horror boxes. Air dry clay. Interesting. I don't know. I'm attempting to slowly, very slowly, sort of get out there and meet other artists, but in a digital space. Because I like, there's no way to do it in person for me anymore. Not with the kind of work that I do. Art makes you happy. Good. Do you do digital art? I'm not sure if this is your cup of tea, but if you're a Zelda fan, like, you may have tried to draw Zelda stuff before. Essentially, I'm sort of live streaming the whole creative process for these pieces. So, as you'll see on my Instagram, oh, I'm also on Tumblr. I need to add that in. Where's my stupid Tumblr thing? You have an X-Men Pro. Good. Okay. Parents bought me for my birthday last year. Oh, but you haven't opened it. I mean, don't worry about it. Oh, there you are. You're following me on Twitch. I appreciate that. It's not a big deal. I haven't used it at all. Have you ever drawn with a stylus? It's not like it's a I'll tell you something. My parents are artists, and they they're good at what they do. So, you know, we had money to buy gadgets, and we were early adopters for like Wacom tablets. So I remember first Wacom tablet I ever saw was one that we owned, and I hadn't seen one in the wild, you know, for 10 years after that. But it wasn't natural for me to pick it up. I tried it, hated it, put it away. Tried it again years later, hated it, put it away. And then I tried it again with like, I'm gonna figure this out. And then I figured it out. It was better. But, looking at, oh yeah, my Tumblr. I mean, Tumblr's I like Tumblr now. I hadn't used it before. But what I like is that there's a big Zelda community there, so. Where's me? Where's me? Here I am. Yeah. Yeah, well, last I heard, Tumblr was dead or useless or whatever, but you know what? It's like, at my age, no, buy one of your art. I love all art. Never want to hate. Oh, good for you. Well, what about AI art? You have to hate that. No, I don't care if you do. It's fine. But let's see here. Okay, good. We love to hear it. Okay, I'm adding. How can I do this in a way that is? Slightly simpler. Alright, yeah. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? I should be asking you, making sure you're not a 11-year-old person. But I'm 42. So the first Zelda came out when I was like 5, and I started playing it at like 6 or something. I mean, maybe it came out earlier than that. Not really. Yeah, I am. Why do I look good? Look about 28. Bless you. I'm lucky enough that I don't get gray hair on my head. All the gray hair is on my chin. I can shave that away. Okay. Not that I so much care about how old people are, but I definitely don't, you know, because I curse and say bad words on the stream. For that reason, I prefer people not to be younger than 16, preferably over 18. This is rated R. I'm very chilled. This is a quiet, well, what I try to do is, so this stream is a repudiation of all the crazy gamification of everything. I think that stuff is fine for those who enjoy it, but this is like, I mean, probably because I don't have any followers, but you know, the stream is not monetized. This isn't something where I'm trying to become famous. If anything, that would hurt my career if I became known as like a YouTuber or something like that. the work I do is quiet. I'm actually just really trying to help popularize some creative ideas that are in danger of going bye-bye because the robots are coming for the creative jobs, and the demand for those skills are going to wane. And they'll come back because the AI isn't good enough, or it's plenty good. It's just people don't want it, at least as far as consumers. But if too many years go by without artists being able to make a living, the skills will just go away. They really will. And that'll be a problem, because when the demand is there for them to come back, they will be, they'll either have moved on or forgotten how to do what we do, have to catch up. I save all my VODs, I upload them to YouTube, and they get like no views, but it's okay. The sort of like for anybody patient enough to sit down and learn about it, they will have access to the process. I do art because I know life's short and I want to share my story with those who appreciate it. Oh, you must have an interesting story. My story was very charmed, and then horribly tragic, and now it's better again. Everything is good. It feels like things are good now. Just to sum it up, my very good living, and got married and had a kid, and then our kid got sick. Basically, everybody knows the story now. My daughter got cancer as a baby. And it was horrible. And for a long time, very sick in the hospital, basically living in the hospital for a long time. But we made it through. Yeah, she made it through. And the doctors are like, yeah, you can, we'll keep an eye on things, but you have our permission to live life as normal as you can. And so now that's the phase of where I'm at right now. Just trying to, I can think of something else. Think of, what it is that I want, and now I'm trying to do that. Your niece passed away in September. She was a baby. I'm so sorry to hear that. It was such a horrible. You don't have to disclose, but our society likes to pretend that children don't die every day, and they do, and it's a horrible thing. I'm really sorry to hear that. There are a lot of bad outcomes for a lot of the people we were in the hospital with did not make it out. It's very life was too real. And I guess it's tricky now where I'm like, in order to move past, it's like I have to pretend a little bit that all this stuff didn't happen, so I can function and think about other things. I'll follow you back on Instagram when I sign off. I'll check it out. art will heal us. It's true. Yeah. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. There are no, I mean, the topics I'm willing to, sort of engage with in discussion here are things that affect artists, basically, and that stuff can motivate us or create obstacles for us to, pause and sit with for a long time if needed. When my daughter was sick, it was interesting because it was like it was sort of like, okay, I'm responsible as a parent for facilitating like the like, okay, the hospital logistics and making sure the home is prepped and safe, and we have access to everything we need, and how can we prepare for emergencies and stuff. But the biggest parts of the things, like the treatment, were things that I couldn't control or honestly influence in the least. Even though, so it's like I had all the responsibility, but none of the control. And it was very difficult. After turning it over in my head like 1,000 times, it was clear. It was like, honestly, the best thing I can do for my family is keep working, because sitting in the hospital, like waiting, and I mean, my wife she'd left work to be with baby in the hospital, so we were always with her, but aside from that, I had to work to keep a roof over us so that we had like a home to come home to, So work can be there and it can save your butt, and the fact that I had clients and work to do it all was sort of a miracle. But it had a lot to do with the fact that I was good at my job. Like, I wasn't replaceable. They didn't have anybody that could just be like, oh, sorry to hear that, Max. Say, do you know any other storyboard artists? Okay, well, go see your wife and kid in the hospital and then get your butt over here because we need you. It felt good to be needed and useful. Helped keep me sane, and it definitely helped keep my family afloat. Nothing in the world matters when someone you love is unwell. I'm with my family. Yeah, me too. Or the extra U spelling is bad. No, you're from the UK. You can add as many U's unnecessarily into words as you want. Back to school to finish off my course I missed. I passed. Oh, good. Right, I'm glad you're in school and doing well. I always struggled in school. Not for I think I had undiagnosed ADHD or ADD or something. I definitely I just found school to be incredibly boring. But it wasn't so much the coursework, it was just extremely difficult for me to give a crap. You have autism? Okay. I don't, well, I do know, like I have my son has, some sensory issues, but doesn't track as autistic or anything like that. He's very, tracks as very normal to me. But then what do I know? Sometimes I think my dad has autism. But I think it's just, you know, these are just powerful minds at work, right? It was Asperger's, but they changed it. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, on the internet, you know, you're coming through as normal as anything else. I mean, to me, like, this stuff is totally normal. It's not normal, I guess. If it isn't normal, but for me, it's like I work in a creative field where everybody is a little bit neurodivergent, I guess is the term. Okay, so I'm going to show you, because we work slowly and methodically here. This is something that it isn't always clear, but if you look at the screen, you can see. So if you look at the rocks that they're standing on here, the difference from one to the next, and you can see how the facets of the rocks are coming out more. So those details are evident, but also trying not to lose the overall shape of the rock, like the way the general form of these needs to sort of read as cones, like building up to a hill or a top. And it's easy for artists to put too much variety into something so that they it's not so much it needs to look like photoreal or anything like that, but I'm trying to account for the light, but also the design. And then also the Zelda aesthetic, which is not necessarily realism, like if it, I don't know, it's not necessarily supposed to be real, but the I'm trying to account for, because it's actually really educational for me, it's like just thinking about the light and what it's doing. So that looks good actually for what it is. And so you can see that, like, even though I didn't really add any of the sort of faceting, so like here I have like faceting, and it's sort of got this shininess to it. It's almost like obsidian. It looks really sharp, and it looks, you know, but it's not, what this sort of needs to do is read as rock, and unfriendly rock, right? But it also needs to not be materially the same as these rocks that are falling, and not compete visually with the Tektites or Link. Like, overall the eye needs to get directed to right here. Let me show you something, because this will be cool. This is just a very rough thing right here. You should add lava. Well, check this out. I already did, and it's this is just the rough sketch part. So this is these lava details are accents. They actually came in late as an idea. I only got that idea for it like 4 or 5 streams ago. But you can see it's good guess. It's also a little obvious, like, once I really started to think, like, let's see, how can I get some orange glow on top of a big volcanic mountain? You know, and it was just sort of like, lava? Yeah. But no, that's the creative creative solution here that also makes sense and will look amazing. So that's pretty much going to be the next step, is actually taking this Lavaaaa rough sketch and making it look like it's real. Or realistic enough. And oh, we are repeating our playlist now. Here, let's try a different one. Okay, glad you like it. It will, I'll probably be working on this for probably like 10 more streams. It'll be, you know, most days I can only manage to squeeze in about an hour. I got 2 kids, a wife, and a somewhat real job. A yellow frame? Interesting. Never thought of that. I wonder if it... I don't know. But like this one and like another one, and like those would definitely be cool to print out, you know? Okay, let me turn off. So you take away the lava, and you're like, man, I missed that. This still looks good, but it needs the other stuff as a boost to it. Let's see here. So for a second, I'm going to look around. See if there's any other targets of opportunity. Am I on Facebook? Yes, I am. You can look me up. It's just Max Forward. I should see what this looks like. I look at Facebook all the time, but the the in-shitification of Facebook is unfortunately real. It's just like a feed of people that I've never met. Because my friends don't post on Facebook. They'll post on Instagram occasionally. Or if something interesting happens, they'll post about it. But yeah. Yep, I'm still here, still active. It's tricky because it's like, I want to share like wonderful photos of my kids, but also it's like, there's such terrible things people do with data online now that it's like you don't want to do that anymore, you know? And it's tricky because it was like social media was so important when it came to my family getting through that time with my daughter being sick. No, here, I'll spell it for you. Here. Yeah, my family are on everything too. I just feel like either they're not posting interesting things or they're posting shit that I don't want to see. You know, not all those interactions are necessarily blessed, but Still home with my parents and no children or partner, just a ginger cat. That's fine. Oh, you might have noticed my cats. Or it's probably hard to see. Let's see here. Let me embiggen. Here's this one is Sir Hugh. He's Hugh is a gray cat. He passed away earlier this year. And this is Lady Emily. So these are obviously digital portraits. Like, you can see the reverse of my screen. That's funny. Hopefully no essential personal information. They were both amazing. Yeah, so this was, Emily was like my cat, and then we got them, like, me and my wife were together when we got them, but she loved me and he loved her, my wife, which is, so it was a good mix, but you know, time flies. Even baby kittens get old. I love cats though. They're simple. Simple homebodies like me. We'll post it on your Instagram. I'll see it there. I'm like constantly scrolling Instagram. All right. Yeah, this is interesting. I'm not saying anything obvious that I need to jump into. No, what's tricky is I don't really feel like biting off a giant piece of lava. Let me review a few things. Okay, there are some items here for me to get cleaned up with. Let's see here. This layer has some shading from an old design that needs to go. Jersey, that's a cute name. Can't find me on Facebook. Well, try spelling it right. I mean, I can find myself. I'm not sure what the deal is. I'm right here. Oh, your mom. Your mom Yeah, is kind to say that. I appreciate it. Okay, yeah. Well, there's definitely worse places to hang around online, that's for sure. You know, though it is hard, I will try to get a little bit of lava time in here. Yeah, we say mom. M-O-M. It's not like there's any kind of real difference. Has to start sometime. All right, I'm gonna try and do it, because I don't know what else to do. Actually, I do know one thing I want to try and do. There's a it's sort of like a compositional nag. It's I've slept on it a few times and it's still bugging me. So something about this curve is feeling like it's a little pinched. I'm gonna see if I can just stretch it out on the bottom. Just pull it down a little bit more. I feel like that helps it. And then I don't know if you play the Tears of the Kingdom game, because I don't know what it is, but I think I know what it is, but I haven't played all the Zelda games. There's too many of them. But up here, this is supposed to be one of those dragons. Okay. Just want it to feel like things aren't out of place, like, and it already looks really good, right? But it's sometimes it's like the closer it gets to looking perfect, the more problems you see. Okay, here, let me show you something. This is the original sketch for the composition. So I did like and this is close. This essentially sketches like this are the work I do in my day job. My doing storyboards. This is much more like a storyboard that I would do for my work, right? And you can see that originally it was sort of like the mountain itself was erupting way up there, but I didn't really. So I thought if there was orange light, it would be coming from like really far away, really high up top. And I still like this composition. It's great, but it was a lot of this stuff was unclear. Like it wasn't obvious like where the focal point was. Like, sort of pointing up here, like this is the focal point, but I kind of wanted the focal point to be here. Sort of like the potential for different things to be more important is there, and as I started refining it, I felt myself being pulled in different directions. Ultimately, among other things, I changed the design of the spiders due to a storyboard first. This is a like a storyboard like sketch, but all of these things started with a sketch. I did most of these sketches last winter, and the whole coloring stuff is very new to me. These are sort of new skills I'm learning. But it's going well enough. I'm happy with it. But I changed the design. So these, if you've ever played like the Doom series, basically I was just like, when I sketched these, I was like, just make them look like angry spiders, and that's what this is. But they're almost too much like those Doom characters, or like something out of Starship Troopers, and that's not a good aesthetic for Zelda, right? Like the Zelda aesthetic is different. So I changed the design, then I changed the pose of this guy to be more like complementary to the pose of Link. They sort of look like twisted couplings that fit together, right? It's just more pleasing for the eye. Okay, let me just try and get some little lava flow going. I'll make a thumbnail of this. And we can reference that. Okay. So this will be fun and interesting. The lava is like a form. It's like a thing, but it is also a light source, which is cool. But it complements things, or complicates things. Like what is, yeah, I like the warm colors too. Pretty much all what I'm trying to do in these compositions is find interesting arrangements of warm and cool colors, and seeing how they can just be more or less becoming fluent in that sort of design language, I guess. I mean, lava is like orange. Trying to think about how should it come from the very top, or is that too obvious? And some of the design of the mountain might have to change too. Yeah, fuck it. Make it come from the very top. Have you thought about making the lava move? What do you mean move? Adding movement to their art. Like speed lines or something? I don't necessarily want it to be like a rushing river of lava, although that isn't... I guess it could. I wouldn't draw it like speed lines, you know. Although, I don't know. Never say never, I guess. It's an interesting concept. I like the idea of like feeling like it's flowing quickly down you know what's pretty clear is I need some sort of path for the lava to funnel in this direction. Here. Essentially, there's going to be a lot of zigzags in this composition. I think something important to say is that the when I put down like a mark on the page, that it doesn't mean that's the final thing. There's stuff I'm doing in my head where sometimes the mark I put down is like the final, but more often than not it's a placeholder for an idea that I'm going to develop a little bit more later. How long do I stream for? Probably another 10 minutes. I really can't do this more than a couple of hours at a time, because my life is chaotic. It's very disruptive to like even right now. My wife is she's up. She's getting the kids ready for, not ready, but like getting lunch ready for my kids. You know, school and stuff. And you can tell that, like, as I'm adding this in, I'm thinking about how the lava is moving, but also what I'm noticing is that the like having lots of little big drippy blobs and details, like adding too much information to it makes it distracting, and I want the lava to be important where I want it to be important, not everywhere, only where I want it to be important. First and foremost, it has to look amazing with the intention of the composition behind it. The orange looks like real lava. Yeah, it's not that it, and it should. And part of the reason of that is because the exposure of the rest of the image, I purposefully keep dark. So actually nothing is bright in my compositions, unless it's like a light source or very close to a light source. Or it's highly reflective, like the eyeballs here, right? But even this lava is like relatively dark. Oh, wow, it's like pure red. See, that's too bright. It needs to be darker. You know, right now I'm drawing it as like orange because it's easier for me to see. But what I'll do is I'll darken it down, because even the lava needs to have lighting variation within it. This is going to be a kind of a cheapy move, but I need to do something. Hang on. Yeah, there will be blood. I didn't really. That'll be yeah, exactly. The Tektite. There is definitely going to be blood. But it'll be like purple blood or green blood or something. I'm aware that not every Zelda doesn't have a large. In the games, at least, there isn't a lot of, like, blood, you know? So I'm trying to be, a little self-aware about audience expectations and stuff. Yeah, there is some. I mean, doesn't Link get his arm cut off at one point or something like that? Like, stuff happens. They definitely imply that, like, human characters can die. This is a, So just that little bit that I added seems to help with the idea that there could be a path for the lava. what it said. It looks like you may not know this person. Send requests to people you know generally see. Personally to see. You might have some sort of filter engaged. It also it's possible that I mean, it's probably, frankly, my wife was like, put all your stuff to private, so I did. So that might be it. Just follow me on Instagram. It's the same thing. Yeah, just don't worry about it. Facebook is like the least of the interests for me right now. Oh, good. All right. Yeah, Blue Sky's pretty cool. Twitter is terrible, but well, I mean, Twitter was good for what it was, but all right. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, I think I did too. It's like the same time. Basically, everybody was like, you know what? Twitter is terrible. And so, yeah, even though I don't know exactly what I want all this to look like, just by starting to indicate starting to feel like some of these ideas can become real. Definitely need to see the lot, like the part of this is also like scale. Like this here, section here needs to be demonstrably bigger than this one, which needs to be bigger than this one, which needs to be bigger than this one. So the one at the top, like, is necessarily small, right? On Blue Sky, engagement is really low. It's really low. Yeah. But you know, there's like no bots yet, you know. It's like its strength is its weakness, right? I don't want any engagement I get, I want to be like real people, preferably artists who give a shit about Zelda. But as long as they're real people. Goes behind that rock. Now we're gonna have like a lava burst. Okay, so by the time it gets here, it's like huge. to figure out a way. This is just too... Yeah, that's better. Because it's like, from this vantage point, like we're low on the mountain, right? So we can't see... The parts of the lava that we see need to be mostly screened by rock. Lamp, what's up? Welcome back. It's like, I love how I'm able to remember your stream, or like who you are. Keep it real here. Unironically ironic. Things are good. I'm happy. I hope you're happy too. But, you know. Anything can happen. Change on a dime. That's why I'm up early. Early trying to take a bite out of projects. Oh, alright. See you later, Anthony. Good luck with the kitties. An adult with plenty of cat mess. Later. Thanks for following. Pretty right. Not too stressed. Not too overwhelmed in happiness. Yeah. Gotta watch out for that happiness. I'm taking my time here, just trying to think about the lava, because the lava is a light source. So its placement is going to affect a lot of stuff. Single hoodie caught in the doorknob. Pinky stove can change that. Yeah. Yeah. I have this thing that happens where the pocket of my pants will get caught on like the knob of a drawer. Like I'll just be like turning my body. And for whatever reason, like the loose part, it only happens with some pants or shorts actually, but it'll sort of just get like, I'll be walking through the kitchen area and it'll sort of like, whoa, what happened? It's like the kitchen grabs my shorts. This almost needs like another switchback. One thing I hate is hitting anywhere from above the heat of the knee to the hip. What I've been up to other than art? Let's see here. A lot of stuff. gosh, what's happening? We just had an ornament making get together. They have I guess it's still related to art, but there's this fun little clay. It's like plasticine, but you can oven bake it, and it'll here, let me make this big. Yeah, so I made like a little ornament of like Link. I'm no sculptor. But no need to intimidate the kids either. The what was fun is that like the young kids could get on it, so like it is cute, and my like 5-year-old son was able to make some cute things that he enjoyed. So fun for all the ages, and get together with friends we haven't seen in a while. And that was just a couple days ago. And then the day before, we had just like a sporadic random get together again with like it's all about like, it's just like it's such a great sweet spot. Like if you have children, it can be really hard to have friends that don't have kids. But it's possible. But then even better than that is if your kids can get along with other parents that you actually like. And if you like get along at all with like another family and their parents, or like they're like, if your kids can stand to be near their kids, it's just like the best thing, you know, because that's like, okay, you know, come over, we'll all have like a fun group. Got a Christmas tree last night that was only $60. That's good. We've got a essentially donated many years ago to us, but the plastic trees are not my preference, but I do appreciate the simplicity, and the cost savings over the years have been that good. I think it's like 6'5", a little taller than you are. You're a tall fellow. I'm 6 foot. I'm 5'11" and a half. Grateful for every inch. You say you're 6'1", but you're 5'11", yeah. I'm taller than 5'11". I know that. But only by like half an inch, so it's nothing to be. I would never brag about my height. I'm surprised so many people are tall now. I used to think that I was tall. I was like, no, I don't. I don't think I'm tall at all anymore. I'll be walking down the sidewalk and I'm like, damn, everybody's taller than me. Like, I gotta get out of the way. It's intimidating. Take the 5'11" and a few millimeters, yeah. Okay, so you might be taller than me. Just by hair, yeah, perhaps. I'll just go like this. We'll see who's taller. Spike up my glorious locks. Ooh, it is getting a little bit late. All right, I'm not late, but it's about the time of the morning where I make myself available to be helpful. Okay, that's looking good. It's funny how you end up at the end of streams. Well, I'm constantly... That is not a you thing. That's a... Like, I really only go for about an hour sometimes. I simply, there are just too many distractions. I'm not trying to rush out, though. It's just a reality. It's just really hard to, this is about the only time I make for myself. It's kind of cool to give it different paths. I appreciate you popping in and chatting for a bit. I may stream again later today. The priority for the moment is making sure my kids are fed and get to school on time. Today will be a little distracting because one of my kids is off of school and the other one is still in. Okay. All right, this is hardly perfect, but it is definitely... Definitely feeling like progress. Yeah, I'll be able to live with this. All right, let's do a quick thumbnail. Oh, I moved my camera. There we go. I need to do a, I'm gonna actually look at the camera, try to myself. I'm gonna do one of those art versus artists posts on social media, so I need a recent updated. There we go. That's not too bad. Make myself look normal for once. All right, Lamp, anybody else still listening? Thank you so much for popping in. I'll catch you next stream. All right, adios.